I bet you didn't know the incredible story of survival that began in Montevideo, Uruguay. We were a rugby team, young and full of dreams. We were going to Santiago, Chile. A game was waiting for us, a chance to show what we were made of. The plane, just for us, was filled with friends and family. Everyone was so excited. We had no idea what was about to happen. The plane flew above the city, a symbol of hope and our big plans. Below, the river plate shimmered, a silver ribbon against all the green. We went higher, the world looking smaller and smaller below. Laughter and talking filled the plane. Then the mountains, the Andes, big and powerful, loomed large. The plane shook, pushed around by strong winds. People started to feel uneasy. The air got thin. The comforting sound of the engines turned into a struggling groan. Everything turned white. Blinding snow surrounded us. The plane jerked hard. Screams filled the air. We were caught in a mountain storm. A fight for our lives was about to begin. Crash! Metal screamed. The world was a mess of noise and chaos. The world spun. Then silence. Confused, I struggled to breathe, tasting blood in my mouth. Around me, broken plane pieces, bodies, and the deafening silence of the mountains. We were alive, but just barely. Hurt, confused, lost on a lonely mountainside. The cold, a never-ending enemy, seeped into our bones. Fear was real as the pain in our broken bodies. The broken plane, our only shelter, lay in the snow. We huddled together, looking for warmth, comfort, and hope. Days turned into nights, marked by the sharp wind and the constant hunger pains. Our hope of being rescued grew smaller with each passing hour. We looked for any scraps of food, tiny bits that did little to stop the hunger. The cold got worse. The thin air made every breath a struggle. We knew then, this wasn't just a tough time, this was a fight to stay alive. Days turned into weeks. We understood how bad things really were. We were alone, stuck on top of a frozen wasteland. Hope, once a bright light, flickered weakly. But we still wanted to live. The freezing cold, the never-ending hunger, the loneliness. We faced them all. We helped each other, sharing stories, laughter, and even tears. We learned that people can handle really hard things. The thought of food was a cruel joke. Our little bit of food was almost gone, leaving us with a terrible choice. To live, we had to eat the bodies of our friends who had died. It was a desperate decision, showing how much we wanted to live. We held on to the smallest bit of hope. The radio, saved from the plane, offered a lifeline. Days turned into weeks, but only silence answered our calls for help. We were on our own. We had to do something to take control of our future. Section 4, the trek for help, Parado and Canessa's bravery. A brave plan started to form. We needed to find help to escape from this icy prison. Roberto Canessa and I, Nando Parado, said we would go across the dangerous mountains. Our goal, to find a way out, to bring back help with a simple map, some clothes from the plane, and a lot of determination. We left. The climb was incredibly hard. Every step a fight against exhaustion and giving up. The thin air burned our lungs. The cold threatened to kill us. In days felt like forever. We kept going, driven by the hope we had for ourselves and our friends back at the crash site. Doubts came, whispers of defeat, but we pushed them away. We had come too far to quit. Then a miracle after 10 very hard days where we found a shepherd. Our prayers had been answered. Hope, once a flicker, now burned bright, showing how strong the human spirit can be. Section 5, The Miracle and the Aftermath, an amazing story. News that we were alive spread quickly. The world watched as helicopters flew to the crash site, bringing the promise of rescue and a return to normal life. 72 days after the crash, 16 of us left the icy grip of the Andes. We were the survivors, connected forever by what we went through. We had looked death in the face and won. But the mountains had changed us. The physical scars would heal, but the memories, the people we lost, would always be in our hearts. The miracle of the Andes, they called it. a story of how strong people can be, of the power of hope and the strength of the human spirit. We came back to a world that was different, carrying with us the important lessons we learned in the icy Andes Mountains. We had faced the worst and found a strength inside ourselves we never knew we had. The Andes had tested us, broken us, but in the end they had made us stronger. The experience, though terrifying, had made us appreciate life, love, and the strong connections between people.